So I have a question. What makes Cowboy fans so loyal? Is it the uniforms? Is it the fact that they're called America's team? Is it the star on the helmet? It's just this great sense of patriotism and loyalty to a team that hasn't been to the Super Bowl in about 30 years. And as a Cowboys fan, I'm asking you guys, what's the fascination? I know as a Falcons fan, I should be asking myself that. More on that later, but let me know. Since the 70s, as much as there's been a love for the Cowboys, there's been a disdain. They've been good at times, great at times, they've been terrible. In the recent years, they've been good. They have CeeDee Lamb, they have a good quarterback in Dak. He's okay. I don't want to trash him. I'll leave that up to the fans and the media. But just let me know. So this video, I dive deep into what is the reasoning behind the loyalty of Cowboy fans. We're just going to analyze that in Covered in Sports. What makes Cowboy fans so loyal? This is a real question because with most fan bases, they're fans because they have the best players on their team. So the best players will be on the team, which makes the team the most popular team in the league. Especially with the Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs, Tom Brady for the Patriots, Kobe with the Lakers, Curry for the Warriors, Jokic with the Nuggets, etc. The best players make the teams better and they make the fan bases bigger. But with the Cowboys, they haven't had the best players since the 90s when they had the triplets with Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith. That was a great team. They won 3 Super Bowls. We'll get back to that. But before that, they had a great team in the 70s, and they were the second team behind the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Steel Curtain. But that time they had Roger Staubach, Tony Dorsett, Randy White. They had a great team. So I always wonder what makes them so loyal because they don't have really many bandwagon fans. It seems like the Cowboys have the most longest tenured fans. Like if you're a Cowboy fan, it seems like you were most likely born a Cowboy fan. So it's very interesting. I can compare a Cowboys fan to a Raiders fan or an Eagles fan. It's like a die-hard loyalty that will not waver. And the Cowboys have arguably one of the worst owners in the NFL. And I only say that because even though he provides a great experience via Jerry World and they have a great stadium and he makes it a better stadium, better viewing experience for the fans, Jerry gets in the way of the actual football, decisions. And at 80 years old, his input is important, but it can't be as important as someone who's younger and more connected to the current landscape of football. He always gets in the way of the decisions, and I think what haunts the Cowboys is the fact that he fired Jimmy Johnson in the 90s. He wanted the credit for building the team, which is understandable. He's the owner, but it takes more than one person to build something great. So I think that haunts the Cowboys because they fired their best coach, or arguably their second best coach in history after, Tom. So Tom Landry, the legendary man in the hat on the sidelines. After him, you got Jimmy Johnson, who helped them win 2 Super Bowls. So I think that haunts the Cowboys to this day, but I want to get more into it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I wanted to make this video shorter than most of my other videos and really just wanted to do analysis of a team who hasn't had the best players in a while, but has had the biggest fan base, has had more moments on, the media segments than any other team in the football league, even Super Bowl champion teams. The Cowboys will always be the most talked about because they have the biggest fan base, which is understandable. And I came to the conclusion, this might sound crazy, but the Cowboys have the best fan base. They basically have the most loyal fans. And truly that's what you want as a team owner, or you want to be in a fan base that's loyal to the gristle, to the bone, to the end. They're staying until the tires fall off. They're not based on how much games they win. They don't base their loyalty on if they get a great player in free agency. They don't base their loyalty on whether they win a Super Bowl. Every year, Cowboys say the same thing. They're going to win a Super Bowl. Every year, they lose the first or second game of the playoffs. And every year, the fans come back and do the same thing, support the same way. And it's a pretty amazing thing. The only loyalty or fan base is loyal to me with the Cowboys is the Raiders. They're like a West Coast version of the Cowboys, or the Dodgers, or fan groups like that. It seems like no matter how much they lose, they will always be fans. And to me, oddly enough, that makes the Cowboy fans some of the best fans in the league. It can get a little obnoxious because there's so many of them, and they don't have a Super Bowl to celebrate in this era. But I gotta be honest and say, Cowboy fans are the most loyal. But I do wonder what makes them stay so loyal. Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe if y'all into that. Covered in sports. Thank you.